Welcome to Trending News. My name is Brian Amuai. Now, the Communications Authority of Kenya has appointed Christopher Wambua as the interim CEO following the suspension of CEO Ezra Chiloba yesterday. Now, according to the Special Board Audit and Risk Assurance Committee investigations conducted on the 8th of August this year, Chiloba was found culpable of abuse of office and embezzlement of funds. The government is taking proactive measures to ensure preparedness for the El Nino rains. Now, speaking during a gala dinner in Nairobi organized by the Kenya Red Cross to mark 10th International Federation of Red Cross, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua said he is looking forward to convening the National Emergency Response Committee to deliberate on how the agricultural sector in the country will benefit from the heavy rains.
As we celebrate over 150 years of experience of the Red Cross and Red Crescent Society, we seek to enhance our partnership, particularly in strengthening the capacity of our agencies like the National Disaster Management Authority and sister agencies across the continent. In our march against climate change, we cannot afford to lose lives, we cannot afford to lose livelihoods. In improved technology, we have an opportunity to work together in better early warning systems of consolidated and effective action. For instance, in our country and across Africa and the world, predictions indicate that we may experience El Nino rains between September and January 2024. We invite you to work with us as we set up and implement measures to prevent possible tragedies. In that regard, next week I'll be convening the National Emergency Response Committee that I chair, with all government agencies, development partners, the Red Cross, international organizations, and all other stakeholders to discuss our preparedness for the expected El Nino rains. In the long term, we are working on public-private partnership in building water harvesting structures, including dams across the country. This will help us take advantage of such large amounts of water for food production. On this note, as I conclude, I wish to thank the Red Cross and the Red Crescent Society for the millions of lives they have touched over the years. We look forward to working closely in building sustainable societies beyond disasters. And what you do is a calling for humanity. Nobody can pay you. Nobody can compensate you.
Now, residents of Shinyalu and Ikolomani have received a free vital medical care camp hosted by Kakamega Women Representative LC Mohanda. Now, Mohanda has urged the county government to allocate more funds to healthcare and equip local facilities to reduce costly traveling for medical services.
Watu wangu wanatabika sana, hawapati madawa, na ndio mimi nimeleta madawa hapa mashinani, nimeleta madaktari hapa mashinani wasaidie watu wetu. Kuna watu wetu pia hata wameshikwa na funza. Shida ni mingi. Watu wetu wanaonelea ya kwamba badala ya kununua dawa, kwa maana pesa ni kidogo, hiyo pesa wanunue korokoro. Ndio mimi kama mama nimeanzisha hii LC Foundation yenye inaleta hii huduma huku mashinani. Na mimi naombelea ya kwamba county government iweke pesa mingi kwa mambo ya matibabu, kwa maana wananchi wako hapa.
Ikiwa chini ya county government ya Kakamega, tuweke kamba kidogo ili wananchi wasiteseke. Maana siku ya leo naona wengi hapa wamekuja matibabu, wengi hapa wanalalamika mambo na kukosa pesa ya kwenda kutibiwa, wengi wanalalamika mambo na kukosa dawa kwa hospitali, wengi wanalalamika mambo na uchumi. Kwa hivyo mimi kama kiongozi, mimi kama MCA wa area hii, naomba serikali yetu iwe na mikakati ya kuwekeza mashinani ili wananchi wasiteseke. Jambo la pili, nataka pia nishukuru mama county kwa sababu siku ya leo kuleta huduma mashinani na kuleta wananchi karibu na kuandikisha vitambulisho hapa, birth certificates hapa, na kila kitu, hata cash transfers zenye wanaandikisha. Nimeona huduma zote ziko hapa, na hii ni kuonyesha kwamba wananchi walikuwa wamekosa zile huduma karibu na wao.
Sisi tunatafuta tawa kwa ile Shinyalu CTF hatupati. lakini saa hii tumepata matibabu kutoka kwa mama county. Kwa hivyo sisi tunamuinua, tunasema mama county anafanya kazi iliyo mzuri. Hata birth certificate tulikuwa tumeshindwa, lakini saa hii ametuletea hiyo huduma hapa tunapata.
Right, in his quest to clean the immigration department, Professor Kithure Kindiki at this particular moment is addressing the press on issues that touch on that particular department, especially issues to do with the backlog of passports. We do want to cross over to Nyayo House and listen in to what he is saying.
To buy new printers or even to repair the printers that had been broken down because there were no funds. That was the main problem, and that is a problem that has taken many years of low investments. But coupled with that problem, which is a production problem, the public did inform us that although most of our officers are good officers, some officers and members of the public had turned this place to be a corruption zone. And there were bribes being asked for left, right, and center in this space by brokers, by idlers, in cahoots with a few members of staff of this department. And I did say that we will clean up this place. We will get rid of all manner of characters and criminals who are marauding here and turn this place to be a crime scene, technically. I want to report that for the past 2 months or so, I have spent many days, mornings, afternoons, and nights in this place. And at this juncture, I want to commend the support that I have received from the members of staff, the senior officers of this directorate, the PS, the DG, and all the senior staff who are here. And together, and other members of staff who are not even present here, we have been able to turn around things significantly as a result of hard work, commitment, and consistency. And therefore, I commend you, PS, and then DG and the team for the good work that you've put in. And therefore, I am able to report today that at the time when I was giving the commitment that we'll turn around service delivery in this space, the backlog, the historical backlog, which was accumulated over many years because of poor printing equipment, low investments in this State Department and in this directorate, but also corruption. That backlog that time was approaching 100,000 passports, ranging from some 3 years applications, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. Little did we expect that the backlog would even escalate. Immediately I made that commitment. Again, the slow nature of our procurement laws and what we needed to rectify the situation, that backlog actually shot up to about 120,000 in the initial weeks after I did the promises that I did here. The repair of the printers took a little longer than we expected, not because of a fault of any one of us, but because of the procedures, government procedures, and the things that needed to be done to repair the printing equipment. I am able to report, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, that that backlog, which was in the upward of 120,000 plus passports, has been technically addressed. It has been resolved. In the process of resolving that backlog, we discovered a number of things. And one of the things we discovered along the way is that actually, when we started addressing this challenge, and when we repaired the equipment and started production of significant numbers of passports, we discovered we had a delivery challenge, and we were producing more passports that we can deliver. So, for example, we could produce, because of the day and night shifts arrangement, we could produce 4,000 to 4,500 passports within 24 hours, but we are able only to release 800, meaning we were creating another backlog here, not of production, but a backlog of delivery, because as long as that passport booklet is not in the hands of the applicant, it's part of the backlog, and it is us who have that document. So we discovered that, and then we discovered another challenge we had. We have had a relationship with the poster to help us deliver passports over time. But we discovered that arrangement was also causing us to slow down on the ability of us to ensure the passports reach the applicants in good time. So besides the backlog which was accumulated after the expedited printing, we discovered also there were other passports which had already been printed, but they were lying somewhere in the post offices because the owners had not come to collect them. Some had been contacted, others had not been contacted. We also discovered a third problem, that even in our regional offices, we had loads of passports that had been printed, but they had not been collected. And that's why you saw us even walking around and about in some of our regional offices, sometimes overtly, and some other times we have gone to those offices covertly, without any, without any announcement and without publicizing that we've been there. So, what we have done, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have streamlined the issuance of passports, and we will not have the kind of backlog that we've had in the past again. We are not there yet in terms of the capacity of our production, and therefore we have ordered for more printers, and once the new printers come, we will triple or quadruple the number of passports we'll be printing per day. In the meantime, the day and night shifts will remain to ensure that we don't accumulate a backlog again. At the same time, we have cleared this place, and no members of the public are allowed to venture into this space, because the printing of passports, being security documents, is a security operation. And for that reason, this facility is a security facility. And therefore, members of the public who are idling around here, doing all manner of brokerage, are not allowed to venture in this space again, either inside this building or within the premises, or even outside the premises of this building. The place looks clearer, the queues are shorter, the services are faster. We are still working on modernizing the banking halls, and therefore we will clear this place. Even the short queues that you are seeing here will disappear in the next few days, in the next few weeks, once we finalize the migration into new, more spacious, more efficient.
Right now, that's where we wrap it up here on Trending News. If you missed any of our bulletins, then you can find the stories on our socials. That is at Lookuptv across social medias. My name is Brian Amuai. See you at 9 p.m. on the Bottom Line KE.